I know that you are a good person. You carry kindness, compassion, and hope within you. However, it is crucial to recognize and accept that not everyone is like you. Our hearts want to believe that we can be a solution for the world, that people are inherently good, and that we can trust them. But if we are not careful, our kindness can make us vulnerable, and we may end up getting hurt. Unfortunately, there are malicious people in this world, and sometimes, whether we like it or not, our paths may cross with theirs. This is why it is essential to pay attention to the signs around us. Some people have no hesitation in hurting others emotionally. Their only goal is to exploit the weaknesses of others to gain power and control. What makes them even more dangerous is how subtly they operate. So much so that it may take a long time to realize their true intentions. Maybe you have already encountered such a person in your life and only recognized their malice when it was too late. So, how can we identify these people? First, they tend to exhibit certain common behaviors. For example, they try to make you feel guilty all the time. To your face, they might act friendly and supportive, but behind your back, they speak negatively about you. Even worse, such people are sometimes the ones closest to us, perhaps a friend, a colleague, or even a family member. Yes, family is sacred. It is a gift from God. However, not everyone is the best version of themselves within their family. Some people nurture their worst tendencies and become harmful individuals. In today's video, I will talk about 9, maybe even 10, clear signs that indicate you are dealing with a toxic person. More importantly, I will explain how to handle such individuals effectively. But before we get into the first sign, if you are someone who values wisdom and self-improvement, don't forget to like this video. Also, leave a comment with this phrase: people want to see you do well, but never better than them, because that is one of life's purest truths. Now, let's dive into the first sign. First sign: taking pleasure in other people's pain. Malicious people derive a strange kind of satisfaction from seeing others suffer. If someone finds amusement in another person's sadness or difficulties, then know that this person is far from being good-hearted. Such individuals lack empathy and feed their egos by observing and even orchestrating others' pain. What's even worse is that some of them deliberately create harmful situations just to watch others struggle and suffer. They find joy in conflict, in gossiping about others, and in causing chaos just to see how people react. Their goal is not just to observe, but to manipulate and control. This is why recognizing these behaviors early on is crucial. If you ever sense that someone enjoys the misfortune of others, whether it's yours or someone else's, distancing yourself from them is the best course of action. Because in the long run, such people can severely damage your emotional well-being. Second sign: the need to control your life. Toxic people are often excessively controlling. They not only want to dictate their own lives, but also try to exert power over those around them. When they feel like they are losing control, they become restless and compensate by using manipulation, pressure, or even emotional blackmail. Imagine a boss who micromanages every detail of your work, never trusting you to make your own decisions. Or consider a friend who constantly tells you what to do, disregarding your choices and opinions, and always steering situations in the direction they prefer. These individuals use various tactics to maintain control. They impose strict rules, criticize every decision you make, or make you feel guilty for asserting yourself. When you find yourself dealing with such a person, you must remain vigilant. This kind of control is not just annoying, it can be dangerous. Recognizing these behaviors early and distancing yourself from such individuals is crucial for protecting both your independence and emotional well-being. Third sign, feeling uneasy around them. Sometimes the easiest way to identify a toxic person is simply by paying attention to how you feel around them. Often, our subconscious picks up on warning signs before we consciously realize something is wrong. For instance, imagine being at a family gathering where everyone is having a great time, yet you feel uncomfortable whenever you are near a specific person. Without any clear reason, you may feel uneasy, anxious, or even slightly fearful. This could be because their presence radiates negative energy or because your instincts are sensing their harmful intentions. Never ignore these feelings. Our intuition is a powerful guide. It detects subtle cues that our conscious mind may overlook. If you consistently feel uneasy, drained, or tense around someone, take it as a serious warning. It might mean that this person does not have good intentions. Setting boundaries and protecting yourself from such individuals is essential for maintaining your peace of mind. These feelings are important and should never be ignored. Our instincts pick up on things even when we are not consciously aware of them. They serve as warnings, alerting us to potential harm. If you consistently feel uneasy, anxious, or pressured around someone, this is a strong sign that they do not have good intentions. The best way to handle such people is to set clear boundaries. Do not allow them to manipulate or control you. Protect yourself from their toxic energy. Remember, your instincts are trying to tell you something for a reason. Pay attention to them and safeguard your emotional well-being by distancing yourself from individuals who make you uncomfortable. Now, let's move on to the next sign. If you notice that someone constantly lies, avoids responsibility, lacks remorse, or even behaves cruelly, it may be time to reassess their presence in your life and consider stepping away from them. Remember, a healthy life is only possible with healthy relationships. By protecting yourself from such people, you can preserve your emotional well-being and surround yourself with more positive influences. Fourth sign, avoiding responsibility. Malicious individuals never take responsibility for their actions. When something goes wrong, they always shift the blame onto others and are skilled at playing the victim. For them, admitting their mistakes is never an option. Instead, they make you or someone else feel guilty for their own failures. For example, imagine a colleague who makes a mistake in an important project. Instead of owning up to it, they blame you or another team member, trying to save themselves from any consequences. These individuals rely on manipulation to cover up their faults. If you have someone like this in your life, you may eventually find yourself carrying the burden of their mistakes. But remember, you are not responsible for their actions. Setting boundaries with such people and refusing to let guilt consume you is essential. Fifth sign, habitual lying. Lying is one of the most obvious traits of toxic people. They often lie to serve their own interests, but sometimes they do it just for fun or to manipulate others. Understanding that such people are unreliable is crucial. They do not value your trust or friendship, only their own personal gain. If you notice that someone frequently lies, that their words and actions do not align, or that they constantly provide misleading information, be cautious. A person who lies once is likely to do it again. trusting habitual liars can lead to deep disappointment. Sixth sign, lack of remorse. Malicious people do not feel guilty about their actions. They have no sense of remorse and little to no empathy. For instance, imagine a coworker who takes credit for your hard work. Perhaps they stole your idea and presented it as their own. Or maybe they received all the recognition for something you put effort into. When you confront them, instead of feeling guilty or apologizing, they justify their actions and try to make it seem like they did nothing wrong. This is a clear sign of a person who lacks remorse. A sense of guilt and accountability defines a person's moral character. If someone does not feel any regret when they have done something wrong and shows no signs of making amends, the best thing you can do is keep your distance. Seventh sign, cruelty. For some toxic individuals, cruelty is a way of life. They may not only be verbally aggressive, but also physically violent. They lack respect for human dignity and do not hesitate to harm others. Some even find pleasure in witnessing people suffer. These types of people continuously spread negativity. If you notice that someone frequently belittles others, engages in bullying, or behaves in a harsh and insensitive manner, you should distance yourself from them. Over time, their cruelty could turn toward you. Eighth sign, warnings from friends and family. When your loved ones warn you about a toxic person, it is important to take their concerns seriously. They may have witnessed harmful behavior from this individual in the past. Sometimes, an outside perspective can reveal things that we fail to see ourselves. If your family or close friends are telling you that someone has a bad character, take a moment to reflect on it. Of course, everyone makes mistakes, but when toxic behavior is consistent and repetitive, it should not be ignored. Listen to the people who care about you and make a conscious decision about whether or not this person deserves to be in your life. Ninth sign, humiliation. One of the most common manipulation tactics used by toxic people is humiliation. They do this by mocking, belittling, or openly criticizing others. They may make fun of your dreams, downplay your achievements, and make you feel inadequate. These individuals aim to shake your self-confidence in order to establish control over you. A person with low self-esteem is much easier to manipulate. If you notice someone constantly undermining you, dismissing your ideas, or making you feel unworthy, it is crucial to distance yourself from them to protect your well-being. 10th sign, cruelty toward animals. One of the best ways to understand a person's true character is by observing how they treat animals. If someone is cruel, abusive, or indifferent toward animals, this is often a reflection of deeper personality issues. Mistreatment of animals is frequently linked to a lack of empathy, which can extend to their interactions with people as well. Remember, a good person carries compassion and kindness within them. If you see someone displaying violent tendencies, especially toward defenseless creatures, take it as a serious warning sign. It is best to stay away from individuals who have no regard for the suffering of others. These signs can help you assess the character of the people in your life. If you recognize any of these behaviors, do not hesitate to take action to protect yourself. Your emotional well-being and happiness are far more important than tolerating toxic individuals. Dealing with malicious people is not always easy, but identifying them and developing strategies to protect yourself will make you stronger and more independent. Stand firm in your values, set clear boundaries, and distance yourself from harmful relationships. Doing so will allow you to live a healthier, happier, and more fulfilling life. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to like this video. Also, share your thoughts in the comments and let us know what kind of Zen stories you would like to hear next. For more motivation and moments of inspiration, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.